Right, we're back on the Feedermasters trail. We've gone to Patshull Park. Sorry, I was just looking because I've just got to my peg. Just it's about to hammer it down. But luckily, we're under this tree canopy, so we're going to, while we wait to set up, we're just going to let this storm pass. Yeah, Feedermasters, Patshull Park. It's a brand new one for me, never seen it before. And we've drawn peg one. So you'd always take an MPEG, and we don't know what we're going to do, but it looks absolutely cracking. I've got reeds to the far side, they're probably about 50-60 metres away, and up to my left there's like sunken trees and an island. Yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. A bit of a nightmare to get to for us, here, there and everywhere. 2.5 hours, but we're here, and we've got to be in it to win it, so wait for this storm to pass, we'll get going, and hopefully we'll catch some fish. I think it's going to be an easy day. A lot of skimmers in here, so we're probably going to have a short line for what we call peckers, small fish and size skimmers, and I'm going to set a long line up. After I've plumbed up, find somewhere nice to fish, and I'm going to put quite a bit of bait in. Corn, pellets, a lot of strong fish meal ground bait, and we'll fish a method over that for bream. I've got all this area up to my left, so I'm going to have a plumb up to them trees. There might be some deeper bits. These are known as the shallows. This arm up the lake, right at the top of the shallows. I don't know how deep it is till I've plumbed up, but if it looks at it, it's probably going to be 5 or 6 foot deep, it sounds of it. So there's a section called the deeps where it's nearly 20 foot deep. Steve Whitfield's drawn peg 41, 42, he's somewhere down there, so it'd be good to see what he catches, because in a few weeks time we've got the Super League final going to be on here. So it's a good little insight. There's me, Jake and Steve Whitfield from our team come down this week, so today, so yeah, it should all pan out good, and we'll see what we can catch. If we don't catch anything, we'll get to see a good insight to what how it fishes. Brilliant summer storm. Hopefully it passes in a minute, don't fancy getting wet. And I ain't brought a coat or a jumper. Might have to borrow one. we set off with fed quite a bit of bait along, pellets, corn, a few dead maggots. Got 2 lines of her, one over to a set of trees and one over to the reeds. And then my other line, instead of going super short, I've gone sort of a bit longer. I've gone at 20 metres. I'm going to fish for everything here. Hopefully if there's any bream in the area they'll want to feed that little bit further out. And just gives me that chance of catching roach, skimmers, and if there is any bream on 20 metres rather than if I fish 10 metres, I could be too close, and it's quite a few reeds down, a few lilies down edge, so just edging my bets. Nice little skimmer to start with. Just going to fish single and double maggot on this line. You can see. Feeding a pinch of chopworm. In my ground bait mix I've got half at side dry and half at side slopped up, so I can just alter between two. It's only about 5 or 6 foot deep out there, so I don't want it too tight on bottom. But I also need it to get down, so I've got the choice of creating a cloud or giving it a little squeeze and getting it down. Let's see how first hour goes, and we'll take it from there. First hour gone. I'm on 12 fish. There's bites to be had. I mean, it's odd little bit chunkier skimmer in between them, so I'm just going to plug away on this. Just playing my 13th fish here. I will probably not fishing for the first 15 minutes. We're feeding and getting set, sorted. So probably 3 or 4 pound. Downside is I cannot see what anyone else is catching. I can only see the lad to my right. He's not really catching a lot, so I can only gauge off him. I'm going to plug away on this. And then we're either going to top this far line up or have a little go on it before we top it up. However, these little skims are coming quite fast. I'm just going to catch these. Two and 3 maggots on. Size 16 hook. 0.12 8 barn. Fishing a mono rig on this. Little sliding mono rig. 4 pound detection line. Straight through, and then just a little feeder, just running on a little link, my standard free running rig. Very quick bite then. It's my first roach in a long time, so I just upped my worm feed. So whether that's attracted the little fish in, I might just cut back on feed a minute, see if it makes a difference. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Yeah. 19 fish. Skimmers and roach, probably 15 of them are skimmers. So it's just gone a bit weird, and I think I've hooked him up. Playing it now. It went weird. Fucking took me some fun. No, I can only see kid next to him. easy to catch. I've just got a £5 Tench. £5 Tench. Well, I thought it was, you know that one I said I was playing, I thought it were an eel. £5 Tench. Oh, nice one. One and a half hours gone, just flew round, caught £4 or £5 Tench. I had a little cage on and I felt that fish were lifting up in water because particles and slop were coming off my cage, so I put a solid winder on, filled it full of bait, second chuck it flew round, you know, as if I put a load more bait on bottom. So whether it were that or not, but yeah, that were an out of blue. I've refed my long lines because I'm still on this short line, so I've just put a load more pellets and corn on my long method lines. So if there's some big fish like that around, might be able to catch some on method in a bit. So, but there were some bubbles come up. It was weird because a load of bubbles come up just before, and I thought that Tench were an eel because it got me to my clip and it pulled tight like, but it turned out it was that Tench, and very welcome. And then catch that next chuck. No method in the madness. 3 maggots, still my same rig, feeding me little bits of bait. Definitely be staying on this line for a little while. I've just spoke to a few people and there is odd fish getting caught everywhere, but I can't see anyone and I can only fish my pegs, so just plugging away doing this. We're now filling the window full of juicy bait. I'm definitely going to give this another half an hour before, and then maybe have a quick look on my method, but I won't be leaving it that long if I'm still catching like this. So, since I caught that Tench, you can't believe how a peg changes. I've gone from, there were skimmers in my peg, there were bites, there were signs, there were proper pull rounds too. I've gone an hour now with absolutely nothing. Caught that tench, caught a couple of perch after it. I think I've had 1 or 2 more skimmers. I've fed it again, I've left it, I've rested it, I've had a go on my method lines, and literally it's as if nothing's there. There's odd tiny little sign on the tip. I've caught a few little tiny roach and had little roach bites, but the skimmers were really positive bites early, and now it's just nothing. Don't know what happened, whether that tench coming and spooked everything off, or whether the fish were just turning off and time of day thing, but I can't see anyone else to gauge whether it's done it for everyone. But couldn't believe how there were loads of fish there, and now I've gone an hour without even a sign. Mad. So got to make a decision what I do now, whether I start a new line up or whether I persevere on this, hoping they come back. The lad next to me has been fishing a method, but he hasn't caught anything on it. So, and I had a go on both method lines. I caught one little skimmer, 4 ounce, and that was the only sign I had. 2 10-minute chucks. So I'm a bit stumped because I was flying before compared to this last hour where I've put 3 fish in there. So we're going to have to do something different here. We've something spooked them, or they've just turned off, so we're going to have to try and either draw them back or move. I'm not quite sure what. With me not knowing the venue, not knowing how it fishes, I don't know if I should be pushing it now or cutting back on feed and letting them come back in. This is the weird bit where venue knowledge plays a big part. So I'm just going to have to try a few little things next few minutes and next 10 minutes, see if we can make anything happen, because it's gone dead, totally dead. So this has gone absolute pear-shaped now. It's had 2 hours, rotated lines, tried everything, and they've fully disappeared, the fish. Don't know whether they've just switched off or disappeared, but I can't believe I were absolutely flying first 2 hours, and then caught that tench, and it was as if a switch had been switched. So I'm going to make a decision now. I've got an hour and a half left. I'm going to start a brand new line, another 10-12 metres further out, just in clean water. It's only a little bit of open water I've got left where I haven't fished. I've fished across, I've even chucked a winder with 3 maggots on, caught a little perch and a tiny little skimmer. I haven't had a proper pull on a method. Yeah, I just feel I've gone from not putting a foot wrong to fish have just decided to switch off, but there's nothing I can do. So I'm going to try another line, because on this line, if I put loads of worms in, I just attract tiny little roach. So there's no skimmers there anymore. I dare say they've just turned off, or they've disappeared out of this shallow water, or somewhere over here, because you've got a lot of room up this side where they could all just disappear to. But we'll try that new line, and then we'll see how that goes. Where have they come from? Yeah. So out of desperation, I've launched method feeder. I've gone onto a line that I've gone on multiple times. I boshed it a little bit, I fed it again, and I've just literally had 2 in 2 chucks for probably £6. Do not know where they've come from. Just chucking up to the tree to my left. Mad. No signs, just literally 2 in 5 minutes. There's just under half an hour left, so hopefully see if we can snare a couple more. With how quick they come and how big they were, could build a weight dead quick. Fingers crossed we can get a couple more in the last half hour. Dive. Yeah, there was some there, I was getting liners at end.
Right.
There was just some fish turned up there.
Yeah.
Weird, that probably come from other side of the island. 3 last 3 puts.
You got 20 pounds? Yeah, easily. You caught over?
No, I caught them skimmers. I was catching skimmers with an hour gone. I caught that tench and then I've had nothing for 2.5 hours then. 3 and 3 puts just over.
Advanced to 2 and back to 26-1. I'll do 10 sharp, you know.
£26.1. That has been the maddest match I've ever fished. Could not get in quick enough at the start, catching all them skimmers. Then I caught that tench, couldn't get a bite. I gave up, I boshed it again, and all of a sudden, last 3 chucks I've caught 3 bream. Unbelievable. I just couldn't see them bream coming. It just goes to show, you never know, you can never give up. There were still fish there at end, I was getting liners, I was getting signs. If I could have just had 10 more minutes, perhaps I'd have caught another couple, but I'll have to go and see what's been caught in section now, because all of a sudden I've got £26 and it sounds like a good weight. So fingers crossed, or let's see what else has been caught. I know that it's a big section and it goes all the way around a different arm and a different part of the lake, but at least we're getting ourselves a chance. Let's get packed up and get back for the result and see what's happened. Right, so as it turned out, that £26.1 were enough to win the zone, which has meant we've qualified for 2025 Feedermasters final down at Tamar, end of September. Get in, what a result. Mark Bartlett won the match with a massive weight and qualified, and Tom Norton won the bottom section to qualify, so us 3 went through and we're all off down Tamar. So just goes to show, never give up, you're never out at race, and last 3 chucks you might catch 3 bream and qualify. Get in.